Hello, I'm Dr. Green, Medical Director with CNS Occupational Medicine. Today I would like to share some information about immigration physicals and why they are important. Immigration physicals, also referred to as green card physicals, are a bit different and more in-depth than the yearly physicals you're used to getting from your primary care physician. They are referred to as green card physicals because when you apply for a green card in the United States, you typically need to have a medical examination to receive citizenship or a visa for residency. Immigration physicals are essential in verifying that you have the vaccinations needed to prevent the spread of common infectious diseases. At CNS Occupational Medicine, our medical professionals performing the physicals are authorized by the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services as civil surgeons. Civil surgeons are the only doctors able to perform these required medical examinations. To prevent more work from both you and the doctor, preparation for your immigration physical is essential. With that said, the best way to prepare is to gather all the paperwork and required forms together, fill them out if possible, and bring them to your appointment. This will make the entire physical process faster and easier. Some things you will need to bring include a passport or other government-issued photo identification, such as an identity card, a laissez-passer, or travel document, an unsigned copy form of your I-693, your immunization or vaccination records, a copy of your medical records, proof of medical insurance if applicable, and prior chest x-rays if applicable. An extremely important point to make is that there are some conditions you are required to fulfill to prevent the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services from marking you as inadmissible. These conditions include failure to provide proof of vaccinations, communicable diseases that pose a threat to public health, a mental disorder linked to harmful behavior, drug abuse, and/or addiction. If you're not sure if you have the appropriate paperwork or unsure if you fall into one of the disqualifying conditions I just mentioned, don't hesitate to call CNS Occupational Medicine prior to your physical. Okay, so you know what to bring. Now here's what you can expect during the immigration physical. There are three main parts of an immigration physical, which include the physical exam, required tests, and the review of your paperwork. During the physical exam, we will examine your eyes, ears, nose, throat, lymph nodes, skin, extremities, your heart and lungs. In addition, we will also check your height and weight and measure your blood pressure, evaluate your lung function, perform a test for tuberculosis, and conduct a hearing and vision test. During this part of the exam, we will assess for any physical or mental disorders, including sexually transmitted diseases such as gonorrhea or syphilis, and substance abuse issues. If you have a history of drug or alcohol abuse or a history of violent behavior, you must disclose these things to your physician. Immigration physicals may include blood tests to check for syphilis, a urine test to check for gonorrhea, and an x-ray. Lastly, we will need to review your medical history and vaccination record. Your past medical history includes surgical history, medical past illnesses, any medications you currently take, and any chronic conditions you have. You will also be required to answer drug and substance abuse screening questions. For vaccinations, all immigrants must show proof of vaccinations or undergo testing for vaccine preventable diseases, including Haemophilus influenza type B, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, influenza, measles, meningococcal disease, mumps, pertussis, pneumococcal pneumonia, polio, rotavirus, rubella, tetanus, diphtheria, toxoid, and varicella, and you must be current with your COVID vaccine. If you don't have a copy of your vaccines for these diseases, we may need to order blood tests to confirm your immunization or administer vaccines you haven't received. Afterwards, your immigration physical will be valid for up to 2 years from the date we sign Form I-693. After your exam, you may be asked to sign a few forms. Once the paperwork is completed and signed, your medical records and your Form I-693 will be sealed in an envelope. Don't break the seal or the USCIS may not accept it. You should submit the completed Form I-693 with your application for residency. If you have an interview scheduled with the USCIS, you may also bring it with you at that time. For more information, contact us at 1-800-551-9816 or at info@cnsoccmed.com. Thank you.